One of the biggest challenges with this lockdown I'm finding is, you've got to feed the kids 4 times a day. When they're in school, 2 of those meals are getting picked up in school often. And it's a real challenge. We're all working from home. We don't want to waste food. And I just want to give you a recipe idea, making a simple pizza with, virtual leftovers. And I'm going to give that to the kids. So right, 3 ingredients. We're going to start with the bread. I had some leftover Greek style yogurt, actually 130 grams, that's all I had. So I'm going to sift 130 grams of self-raising flour, and I'll probably add about half a teaspoon of baking powder. It's advisable to get help to do videos like this actually. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then just literally mix that through till it combines into a dough. Start to bring it together as a dough, getting all that yogurt because I didn't have a lot in there. Right, it'll have slightly sticky texture as you brought it together. You don't need to overwork it because we're not really going to activate the gluten in the way that you would if you were making bread, like kneading it for 5 or 10, 15 minutes. Okay, we're going to lightly flour the surface. Don't forget to flour your rolling pin, and we're going to tip that out onto the surface. You can work most of it down with your hand. And obviously for this particular occasion, I'll use this recipe for my flatbreads, which are great for barbecues and pretty much anything where you want a lovely, beautiful flavoured, light flatbread. Right, so taking this so far, and then you're just going to roll it out. Now, I'm just looking at the shape of my skillet, so you can probably see it's elongated, so I don't want it to be too round like a pizza, otherwise I'm not going to get it in there. So the kids will probably complain at the shape, that's not a pizza, but believe me, by the time it gets to the table, with all the toppings on it, it'll be a bloody pizza. Now we'll move over to the skillet. This is a cast iron skillet that I'm using on an induction hob. I got one of these great covers from Bakecook line, which are really good at protecting the glass surface. If you haven't got a cast iron skillet, you can use a cast iron bake stone or a frying pan or a normal frying pan, something with a heavy bottom, and you're going to get the same effect. So I'm going to tip that out onto there. Hopefully the temperature is right on the skillet. And we're going to cook that for about 2 minutes max until it starts to colour, then I'm going to flip it over. Okay, it's starting to colour. We've got a bit of unevenness, but I'll pick that up as it goes on. It's smoking a little, but that's exactly what you want. That's going to get that stone baked type flavour, except this is a cast iron baked flavour into that pizza. Right, so my flatbread base is done. The rest of it is about topping with leftovers. I got some ham, I got a variety of cheeses, a goat cheese because I haven't got any mozzarella, so that'll bring a bit of creaminess, some cheddar, and a bit of parmesan. For the tomato base, I've got 2 tablespoons of tomato puree mixed with a bit of olive oil and some, about a tablespoon of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and about 2 teaspoons or a teaspoon and a half of oregano. And that is going to be the base, tomato base, and then I'm going to add my cheeses, and then I'll probably finish it with a couple of leftover herbs. I've got an old basil plant over there that needs a bit of attention, and then serve it up to the kids and watch their faces. I also found some chorizo sausage in my fridge, so I'm going to add these as well. Goes on. We'll start adding a bit of goat cheese. A bit of ham. Then I'm going to finish it with some grated cheddar and parmesan that's mixed in. I didn't say this was healthy, did I? As I was saying, this is our leftovers. I just found these roasted onions that I had cooked a couple of days ago with a cooked dinner in the fridge. I'm going to just put them in the pizza. Kids love onions, mine do anyway. Then I finished that with a little crack of black pepper, and you want to set your grill to high and pop it in there. Keep an eye on it because it's probably going to take about 2 minutes max. Voila, 2.5 minutes later, there's my pizza. I'm just going to finish it with a bit of leftover parsley that I had. Not too much, the kids always make a funny face when you see a bit of green. And some of the basil I said I had up on the top. I'll make it look beautiful. And green, get a bit of green on there. Always frightens the kids, a bit of green. Can't have it all their own way, can they? And then, Balazoo olive oil, my faves. This is a brilliant one. And a bit of this left over. Gonna give that a little drizzle, as if there's not enough oil and fat going on. Kids! Pizza! That was a bit lame. There's your pizza there, boys. Happy?
Yeah.
No, that's basil. That's parsley. We got chorizo sausage. We got ham. We got 3 cheeses. We got some onions. We got a nice tomato base, and we got a lovely flatbread base as well. It only took a couple of minutes to cook. What's the verdict?
Oh, it's lush.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You haven't even tasted any.
No.
Oh, what you got? Chorizo.
Wait, it's not bread.
No, it's like naan bread though.
Is it? What's it called?
Flatbread.
That's it.